Today we're gonna be a hater. I'm gonna be hating, chat. I'm gonna be hating a lot today. Hating on people's, not just their hairline and their appearance and the way their neck cricks to the left. I'm gonna be hating on the casual UFC goats. Like, you know, those casual fans like, yeah, dude, like Conor McGregor, man, he's just the best, dude. Oh yeah, Calabunga, man, like those stupid idiots who just like say these guys are the goats because like they look up who's the greatest fighter of all time. Okay, yeah, okay. That's pretty much what I'm gonna be hating on. The casuals narrative of the GOATs. And I'm not just saying what they do, what they suck at, or what they do bad, and why I think they're overrated. But some of these fighters are actually the GOAT of the division, because it comes to the point where, like, casuals can't really just, like, lie about it because the GOAT of the division is too obvious. So we're going to be hating this video, so let's get straight into the hate, man. Flyweight division, Mighty Mouse. He is obviously the casuals GOAT, and he's the real GOAT. Like, you know what I'm saying? Despite being bald and a little bit short, like, he's a great guy. He's such a nice dude, too. I don't really like to hate on him because he's valid, but, like, let me start the hate, bro. Your resume sucks, dog. His best win, I feel like, was against a young Cejudo. Sure, he has some, like, great highlights with the armbar against Ray Borg and all that, but I just feel like his resume is, like, severely overrated to a point where, like, he's in everyone's top 10, but he probably rightfully so just due to his win streak and all that. He's, like, a great fighter, but I just feel like he hasn't really beaten anyone. It's not really his fault. I do feel like the flyweight division at the time was lacking, so I'll cut him some slack in that aspect, but I just feel like for an all-time great, your resume is, like, a little bit bad. It's like, dude, like, I don't know. And, like, he had a lot of aura on him. I'll give him that credit. Like, everyone was kind of scared of him. They're thinking about shutting down the weight class just because no one could beat him. And, you know, UFC ultimately traded him for Ben Askren. That's another embarrassing thing I'm going to bring up, bro. I got to hate on you for that because, like, low-key, UFC kind of won that trade. The quickest knockout in UFC history, and, like, a lot of highlights from Ben Askren. But fuck, dude, like losing a trade to Ben Askren, I'm gonna hate on you for that too, bro. Like, that's something with someone with no hairline would lose to Ben Askren in the trade-off, bro. They traded me to fucking one. I would have went in there and fucking, you know, put in some work. You know, I would have threw some hands. I would have put some highlight reel knockouts, and he did his part. But yeah, I don't know how Ben Askren won that trade. It's kind of a bad look. That's how I'm gonna hate on DJ, because I really don't want to say anything else because I like the guy. He's nice. All right, bantamweight, bro. I hate these casuals. Every casual goes to Dominick Cruz. Yeah, man, like, back in his heyday, dude, like, WEC, bro. These are UFC goats. Like, every time people talk about WEC, technically, that's not really the UFC. Like, when you talk about UFC, you got to look at the UFC fights, but I get the narrative, like, yeah, man, like, Cruz, bro, like, he's so good, bro. He beats this guy. He had a really long win streak. I'll give him credit there. But in the UFC, like, I feel like Cruz's best wins were just TJ Dillashaw and Uriah Faber. Yeah, he did beat a smaller DJ. Like, he can't fight at bantamweight. He's too small for bantamweight. He's, like, literally too short. So, like, yeah, Dominick Cruz had a good win over him. It was close but competitive, but he got the win over him. But yeah, I just feel like, yeah, Cruz's resume is a little bit overrated. Like, and then you got embarrassed by Cody Garbrandt. He was breakdancing on you, boy. Like, he was saying all these breakdance moves while he's beating you up. And that guy, that was one of the worst age, like, losses. Because, like, you lost to him, and then you would think Cody Garbrandt's going to be this next big thing, and then he just gets fucking slept on, and he just fucking sucks, bro. So, yeah, like, Cruz is not bad. I don't think he's a bantamweight GOAT. I do think Murad's resume is better. I think Aldo's resume is better. But like I said, people are going to, like, praise him, say he's a bantamweight GOAT. It's a casual point of view, but it's not the worst point of view. Like, you're going to see a lot worse casual point of views as we get along this video, but I will hate on Dominick Cruz just for being a little bit overrated for a bantamweight line. Like, at least his hairline's not that bad. I've seen his hairline. You know, he's doing good at commentating. Good for him in that aspect. But other than that, bro, yeah, a little bit overrated. The featherweight GOAT, the undisputed featherweight GOAT, I feel like for casuals, is definitely Jose Aldo. I actually personally have Volkanovski. I think Volkanovski is the UFC GOAT for featherweight. But, you know, Aldo had a good WEC run. You know, he came to the UFC. I was that hyped up fight with Conor McGregor. Aldo was, like, so determined, and he just goes in and gets slept in 13 seconds, bro. Like, you're getting slept in 13 seconds in your prime, in your pinnacle. After being undefeated for, like, what, 7 years, was it? Like, it was crazy, bro. 10 years nearly. So this guy was undefeated for all that time, then he goes in and gets finished in 13 seconds. It's almost, like, anticlimactic. It's like it's getting to the peak of the movie, bro, when all this shit's about to go perfect, and then you get slept in 13 seconds. Like, if it was more competitive, I guess it would have been fun, but it's like, yeah, it's just a weird way to lose after being undefeated for so long. And on top of that, after that, like, he would beat some people. Don't get me wrong. He wins fights, but he would always lose to the best people. He's known for getting knocked out by people with pillow hands. Like, he got TKO'd by Jan, TKO'd by Volk, TKO'd by Max Holloway. All these guys have pillow hands, in my opinion. Like, they're good boxers, yes. Do they hit really hard? No. Then, of course, he got fucking Marab he got Mario Batista against Marab. I'm going to start saying Mario Batista. I'm going to start that, like, being a trend or something, because I'm not even going to say Marab maxing or anything. Like, fucking, I heard bedtime say Marab maxing. Nah, dog, this ain't even Marab maxing. It's Batista maxing, bro. Like, hit him with the Batista bomb, holding him against the fence and just kind of hugging him. So, yeah, bro, this is off note, but Batista ruined that fight style for me. Like, I used to look at, like, fucking Marab and be like, yo, he's such a juggernaut. And then I see Batista do it, I'm like, yo, he fucking who the fuck is this guy? If you're not Merab, don't do it. Like, at least Merab like was throwing knees at Sugar. This guy fucking Mario in the third round just hugging and just kissing him is weird. But yeah, Aldo, bro, you're a great fighter, but got slept by Conor 13 seconds and you just lose to anyone who's actually good in the division. Sure, you'll beat those bums and stuff, but like, those bums are just not the best in the division. Like, he beat some ranked opponents who are like, okay, but he doesn't beat any good fighters. So yeah, I feel like every time he goes against a Jan, a Merab, a Volk, a Max, he loses. But no offense to him, he's still a great fighter. And do I think he's a featherweight GOAT? I do lean towards Volk, but I see the narrative while people push Aldo as a featherweight GOAT, so it is what it is. The lightweight GOAT. Who do the casuals think the lightweight GOAT is? And you guys are probably like Khabib. I actually don't say. I've asked my friends who's the 155 GOAT. Yeah, dude, like Conor McGregor, man, Calabunga, dude. Like, he's just such a good fighter, bro. He's the greatest. Dude, like, first of all, Conor McGregor, like, he's good. Listen, he went up in weight. Clinic against fucking Eddie Alvarez. Oh my goodness, beat the shit out of Eddie Alvarez. What's funny about him, he just doesn't defend his belts. Like, he didn't defend his featherweight belt. He didn't defend his lightweight belt. He's not the lightweight GOAT. Has no defenses on his resume, and he's a double champ. How the fuck does that even... How are you a double champ with no defense? Like, I don't know, people don't understand how, like, criminal that is. That's, like, should be illegal. First of all, you shouldn't even go up and wait till you have a title defense, one. But he goes up and wait, beats Eddie Alvarez. Then this dude loses to Nate Diaz. Like, bro, this guy is not no go in any division, especially not lightweight. I feel like, I don't know if people praise his lightweight run. Maybe it's because what he did for Eddie Alvarez, but man, I don't know. I think that's so glazed to me. Like, Conor McGregor in lightweight is like, it's overhyped to me. So yeah, Conor McGregor, overrated shit. And like, I know like most people say Khabib with common sense, but you'd be surprised about how many people on TikTok, I've said Khabib was a lightweight GOAT. They're like, I don't know. I think Conor McGregor is close. Like, he's top 3, dude. I just really want to make this part to shit on Conor, bro, because he sucks, bro. 0 title defenses, double champ, lost to Nate Diaz. And I know people be like, Nate Diaz is a great fighter, but Nate Diaz is just not no championship caliber fighter. Like, what? He's never been championship caliber in his weight class. He just was never hit that pinnacle. Was he good enough to beat the fuck out of like fucking Donald Cerrone's and like all these guys who just can't like, you know, fuck with him? Yeah, but is he good enough to be a champion? No. And Conor McGregor was actually champion at the time, and he lost. It might have been at 170, but just the fact you're losing to Nate Diaz while you're having a belt in your hand, it shouldn't make any sense. So yeah, Conor McGregor, I just want to hate on you, but if I were to hate on Khabib, I would have just said he was too handsome, he was too perfect. You know what I'm saying? This is #1 bullshit. Welterweight GOAT. Everyone knows who the casual welterweight GOAT is, and a lot of people disagree with it. Of course, you guys know my take on it. But yeah, GSP. Overrated resume. You know, I'm going to start off there. I just think he's an overrated resume. I think his 2 best wins are Matt Hughes and BJ Penn. That's about it. I can't really, like, yeah, people might say, oh, John Finch back in his heyday, dude. Like, yeah, John Finch, man, was that guy. Great wrestler. Yeah, the truth of the matter is, GSP's resume is severely overrated. Got dropped by Carlos Condit, you know. His striking is a little bit overrated, you know. Got a robbery victory over Johnny Hendricks. We could talk about it. He came back to fight Michael Bisping, all right? He fought Michael Bisping knowing that was the worst champion in middleweight history, so he took his advantage, jumped on that fight, fought the guy with one eye, bro. The dude has one eye, bro. Let him be, bro. Like, you come back to the UFC to fight someone who's disabled. Why are you fighting disabled people, bro? You could have stayed in retirement and chilled. And on top of that, he's allergic to beating guys named Matt on his first attempt. Like, bro, why can't you beat a Matt on your first attempt? Why do you need 2, bro? Like, why do you need 2 attempts to beat Matt? You just shouldn't be losing to them on your first attempt. I don't get why you're doing that, bro. You should be better than this, dude. Like, you should be able to go in there. Yo, if I was fighting someone named Matt for the first time, I use my head movement, bro, slip straight up, like, bro, like, I'm not losing to a Matt on my first attempt. You know, maybe my second time, I don't know what would happen, but on my first attempt, I'm not losing to no Matt. So get that shit. Like, and on top of all this, GSP went bald because his hairline was receding. It was fading. Like, bro, I know he has a hairline problem, and I know he had a hairline transplant because he started growing out his hair, and his hairline looked like it was coming forward. Brother, you're not, you know, like, I see through the hairline facade. So, you know, my GOAT, Usman, you know, he had a bad hairline too, but he didn't get no, he didn't go to Turkey to fix that, dog. He accepted it, went bald, and started dominating people bald. He had the longest welterweight win streak, you know. But that's why that's my GOAT, you know what I'm saying? My GOAT would never lose to someone named Matt, first of all. Second of all, like, Usman is just handsome. And third of all, like, another thing for GSP, he's just kind of boring. Like, he had a boring fight style, but, like, people still glazed him. It was weird. Like, you're boring. But listen, I actually love GSP. I'm not trying to hate on him too much, but I feel like I went on him the most out of everyone on this list so far. Like, I'm sorry. But, yeah. GSP, you know, he's a casual GOAT, but I had to hate on him some way. Middleweight weight class. Who the casuals think the middleweight GOAT is? Yeah, Anderson Silva, dude. He's the middleweight GOAT. Not only is the middleweight GOAT, bro, but he's top 5 all time, dude. Radical, Calabunga, dude. Yes, let's go. Bro, this is so dumb. Like, first of all, he's not top 5 all time. But, like, I know, like, casuals are going to keep riding the narrative because they look up greatest UFC fighter of... Oh, Anderson's... Yeah. So I get that. I see what they're doing and why they think it, because it's not their fault. Like, the media just keeps, like, confusing them. They keep putting Anderson Silva #1. They keep saying he's the greatest. He's this, that, and that. And he had a great win streak, but just, like, tell them not to look at his resume. Like, if you think Anderson Silva's great, just keep that in your head. Just don't do research. Don't check his resume if you didn't watch him. Just listen to what Google says, then move on. He has one of the most overrated resumes. I think his best win was probably Dan Henderson, dude. You know, he beat Forrest Griffin. Forrest Griffin's like his most iconic highlight, just head movement, boom, you know what I'm saying? But it's Forrest Griffin, dude. So, like, the thing about Anderson Silva, he's not bad, but he's just not the greatest, you know. He's definitely not as good as people make him out to be. Israel Adesanya is definitely clear of him via resume. Like, Alex Pereira, the knockout win over Alex Pereira is better than anything on Silva's resume combined. You know, he just fought taxi cab drivers. He actually fought my substitute teacher who teaches at my school in high school. But yeah, I graduated. But he's like, yeah, dude, I fought Anderson Silva, bro. I was weaving and punching, and he knocked me out. So, you know, shout out to him for beating my substitute teacher. But yeah, after he lost his belt, he then went 1-for-7 in his last 8 fights, you know. So not the best record. You know, when Izzy lost his belt, he got that shit right back by knockout. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, hey, he might have lost to the Strickland. I know the comments gonna say, but that's the point. But yeah, I just had to, you know, I have to hate on Silva. He's such a nice guy, dude. I don't have no problem with him as a person. But yeah, I had to hate on him for the video. Light heavyweight, the casual GOAT and everyone else's GOAT, it is got to be Jon Jones. I know, like, the newer casuals gonna be like, yeah, Alex Pereira is greater than Jon Jones right now, light heavyweight, but they don't count because they're not real people, they're NPCs. But for Jon Jones, it's like easy, bro. First of all, you're on steroids. Second of all, I feel like he has a disliking for pregnant women. Like, I feel like he has some, like, animosity with pregnant women. I don't really know where it stems from, but hypothetically speaking, allegedly, I feel like he would the type to, like, hit a pregnant woman and keep driving off. I don't know. Like, this is all just in my head. I just have the inkling. Second of all, I just feel like he has beef with his wife. I don't really want to get into that, but I just feel like he's not really that close to his wife. I don't really want to talk about this too much, but yeah, steroids and the hatred of women of any kind, pregnant, wife, doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep it short and simple because I don't want to get into too much detail about Jones, because I really can, but I ain't gonna do too much. But he is known as a light heavyweight GOAT. Just stay away from the fucking syringes and the woman. And heavyweight GOAT, of course, is Stipe Miocic. He's such a nice guy. I don't really want to hate on him. That's the casuals narrative. Of course, like, I could have different opinions. I do think the best heavyweight resume is Francis Ngannou, but I don't mind when people call Stipe Miocic the heavyweight GOAT. It doesn't really bother me. His best win was probably over an old-ass DC, you know, the old-ass DC walking in with the cane on the bridge of retirement. You know, after DC beat Derek Lewis, he was all like, yeah, I don't really know what I have left to do in the sport, you know. And he's like, ended up taking the Stipe rematch, lost. He's like, oh, fuck, I gotta get it back. They had a good little third fight, but Stipe still won. So yeah, no offense to DC. He was just on his deathbed when you know, Stipe beat him. And then he beat an inexperienced, young, handsome, ravishing Francis Ngannou when he just didn't even know what takedown defense is. He just came from Cameroon, you know. He was still learning the art of taking down, but once he mastered it, he put him to sleep real bad, like real bad. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, he had a 6-fight win streak, which was great, you know, but a lot of, like, the GOATs have, like, a longer win streak for a longer period of time. I've noticed that. So as far as GOATs is concerned, he has, like, one of the shorter win streaks for, like, the longest win streak, you know. But, you know, I don't want to hate on Stipe too much. Like I said, nice guy. You know, he's a part-time firefighter and who's going to be leaving his, not part-time, he's a full-time firefighter. Let me stop mixing it up. He's a full-time firefighter who hasn't fought in about, you know, 3 years. And the last time he fought, he was brutally knocked out. Then Jon Jones rudely called this guy out of his job where he's trying to make a living, provide for his family, saying, instead of being a firefighter, be an MMA fighter. So he's really, like, Jones is trying to defend his belt against someone who doesn't do MMA right now, which is weird. That's hating on Jones, but fuck Jones for that. Just let Stevie live his life. But yeah, that's it for me, bro. Let me know what y'all think about this video, bro. I feel like I hated very respectfully. I kept it respectful. Maybe I went in a little, some people a little bit more than the others. But hey, man, it is what it is. All love at the end of the day. But that's it for me. And God bless. 2, 3.